So guys, let's start right up. First thing is the AMG menu. You see the AMG boot logo. This is part of the AMG menu. Let's start the car to show you the AMG menu in action. So the AMG menu, the benefit of the AMG menu is that you have the engine oil temperature digitally and the water temperature digitally, both digitally, yeah. So the top one is the oil temperature and the bottom one is the water temperature. So the water temperature, you already have this one, analog, but here comes the clue. The water temperature, the trick, the water temperature digital is is more accurate than the analog. So the analog will, for example, will be like stuck on 90 degrees. I'm not sure how much Fahrenheit, I think 199 Fahrenheit, something like this. It barely will go higher than that. But digitally, it will show you the true actual water temperature, right? And analog, it is by design to not let the customer be afraid, right? Or for the customer to not panic. They hide the real water temperature from you. So when you race the car, it's really nice to know the actual water temperature digitally, and this is what you got with the AMG menu. So that's the AMG menu. The other stuff, this is like you see the actual gear that you're in. Let me show you, like you are which gear mode you have, the S mode, manual mode. This is how the manual mode looks with the 1 to 7 shift pattern. Another thing of the AMG menu, a great benefit is that you see the actual gear that you're in. Besides the manual mode, even when you're in economy mode, you see the actual gear here above. In the facelift models, you always see the gear, the selected gear here where the E is or the S. But on the pre-facelift models, without the AMG menu, you don't see in which gear you're actually in. So this is a big benefit of the AMG menu. So what else do we got? With the AMG menu, pause. So this is the benefit of the AMG menu. This is what lots of people are asking about. What is the benefit of the AMG menu? Another thing what we have is the new transmission mode that I called you in, called the agility mode, the A mode. You see the A stands for agility mode. Important is that you have this button here in the center console. It doesn't need to look like this, like ESM. Sometimes it's C and S, or E and S, or CSM, or ESM, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you have the button here, the gear selector, I can code you AMG. I can code you the agility mode. If you don't have this button and you have this on the 207 pre-facelift models, usually you have a button here that says Sport, that in full writing says Sport, right? Then AMG menu is not possible. But if you have this button in the center console, here in the middle console, sorry, then no worries, then I can code you the agility mode. The agility mode, the benefit of that, it's a more aggressive sport mode, or you could also say a more intelligent transmission mode. So makes more sense, the shifting, more agile. Some even call it like a Sport Plus mode. So lots of fun with the AMG menu. Besides the AMG menu, I can code you the manual mode. The manual mode, like the name says, you can select the gears manually, and they stay in the gear unless you over rev, right, or you under rev. Then they will change the gears. But usually the gears stay in the selected gear. So especially nice when you have this shifters. So okay, now the car's not moving. I cannot change the gears, but with the shifters right here on the steering wheels, pedal shifters, lots of fun to drive with the manual mode. So what else do we got with the manual mode? Manual mode, agility mode. On the US specs cars, or let's say US specs cars and Japan specs cars, they are limited to 210 kilometers, or in miles per hour, round about 130 miles per hour. That's the governor. So they are capped at 130 miles per hour, or 210 kilometers for the Japanese models. After the coding, you can reach the full potential, 250 kilometers for the Japan cars, and for the US specs models, round about 160, 155, 160 miles per hour. So you get a higher governor instead of being locked to 130 miles or 210 kilometers on the Japan cars. So another thing is, which will make a huge difference in drivability, is the gas pedal delay. So completely getting rid of that annoying gas pedal delay. When you touch the gas pedal, you get an instant reaction, no more this 1 second delay. I'm not sure if you can see this in the video, but as soon as I touch the gas pedal, it's much more responsive, so it doesn't have this hiccup. So this will make a huge difference when driving the car, lot more fun. Yeah, you will see once you try it out. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be from factory. But yeah, no problem. I can take care of that via coding. Another thing is the sound design for pops and bangs, very popular. If you have a petrol car and you have a modified exhaust, something like muffler delete, resonator delete, straight piped, X-pipe, something like this, a modified exhaust, and you have a petrol engine, it doesn't matter V6 or V8, then I can code you the sound design. The sound design gives you pops and bangs when downshifting or when revving down. Sounds very nice, and no worries, it won't harm your engine because it has a fail-safe principle. If you have a check engine light, or even if you don't have a check engine light, if you have a stored error code in the engine ECU, pops and bangs will deactivate themselves unless that error is not present anymore. So, and also it's not aggressive like the tuner via tune pops and bangs. So it is the safe solution to get pops and bangs, decent pops and bangs, without being too aggressive, without harming the engine. Because like I said, if they notice anything is wrong, anything is off, they will deactivate themselves. So pops and bangs, and of course with all the coatings, by the way, you can try it out. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, I can get rid of it. So let's continue. ILS Plus. So on the facelift models, on the United States or North America, even Canada model, they have ILS from factory, but they don't have ILS Plus. ILS Plus was never available because it doesn't pass the regulations in North America. By that time when the 212, 207 and the 218 was available, so you don't have ILS Plus. What is the difference between ILS and ILS Plus? ILS just switches from high beams to low beams. That's it. When incoming traffic comes, switch from high beams to low beams. Yeah, right. So high beams, and then it switches to low beams. That's it. But ILS Plus instead keeps the high beams, but without blinding the car in front of you. Right? Or let's say you have incoming traffic from the left, and then on the left it will go to low beam, but on the right, where it doesn't blind the incoming traffic, it will stay in high beam. So this is ILS Plus. Very nice feature, convenient feature. I can code you that. If you have regular ILS, then I can code you ILS Plus. Another thing is when you hear this car, luckily doesn't have it, but when you have the start stop button, the green Eco start stop, I can code you that to last mode. That means when you turn it off, it stays off, even when you restart the engine, and when you leave it on, it will turn on even when you restart the engine. So you can choose what is the default setting for Eco start stop. Very annoying feature, but this way you still can use it, but you can choose what is the default setting. Another thing is remaining fuel in gallons or in liters, depending where you are, right? So whatever is the right one for you. For me, it is liters, and for the for US specs, it will be gallons. So here you see 33 liters. So the range in kilometers, that's what you always have, but new will be liters or gallons according to your car. Much more accurate, by the way, than the kilometers or the miles, because those are dynamic. Depending on how fast you drive, how aggressive you drive, the kilometer or the miles will change. But liters stay liter. 33 liters stays 33 liters. Or 5 gallons stays 5 gallons. No matter how fast you drive or how aggressive. So that is a much accurate number than the remaining mileage. The mileage is something like an estimate. Like, yeah, okay. When you drive like this, it will give you that much range. So very convenient feature, and like I said, makes more sense the remaining fuel in gallons or in liters. Another thing is the earlier parking sensors. If your car is equipped with parking sensors, let me show you. So you here, maybe you can show them this one. You see, usually it only flashes, makes a beep on the very last step, but now with the earlier parking sensor beeping, you get already a beep for the parking sensors from the first yellow light. Let me, yeah, like this, and it gets steady, gets more and more until you get a steady beep. This is also something that I can code you. If you have parking sensors. Another thing, disable the seatbelt warning. Of course, I say always wear your seatbelt warning when in traffic, but I can code it off, so you don't need a reminder. If you say the reminder's annoying, I know when to put my seatbelt on. Then, like I said, I can remove the seatbelt warning so that you don't get this annoying beeping and also on the dash, etc. What else? Yeah, another thing is the one-touch function for the memory seats. Let me show you. It won't work while the car is on or the car is moving for safety measures. But let's put full ignition and let me show you. So usually you need to keep the button pressed for memory seats. But what I do with after I code you one-touch function, you just press it once and it will go, you see, press it once and it will go automatically into the safe position and you don't need to do anything. It does it fully automatic. One-touch function, you see? Much more convenient. Or you press, in this case, number 1. I have my hands here, see? That's the one-touch function for the memory seats. Very convenient. Again, that should be from factory. Yeah, what else? Hot country mode for the AC. If you have a North American specs car, you already have hot country mode. But for all the rest, for Europe cars, etc., European specs cars, I can code you hot country mode for the AC, more powerful AC, more powerful seat cooling, seat heating. Yeah, more powerful. So meaning more voltage for the seat cooling or for the seat heating. So they are more effective. Yeah. Than from factory. If you have a wagon, 218 or 212 wagon, I can also code you that you can close your tailgate with the remote key. Not just open it, but also close it. But only available for the facelift models. On the pre-facelift model, unfortunately, it needs a firmware update. And for this one, you need a multiplex, etc. That's a different story. So for now, we are coding only for the facelift models, wagon, yeah, C218 or 212 wagon, closing the tailgate, not just open it, but also closing it via the remote key. Besides that, what I can also do is change the units from, instead of Celsius to Fahrenheit, or here, let's say you are in Canada and you have imported a US specs car, then everything will be in Fahrenheit, right? So instead of Fahrenheit, I can code this one to Celsius. So okay, obviously not on this one, but I mean on the digital, like on the 212 or the 207. Yeah, that you get everything in Fahrenheit instead of in Celsius instead of Fahrenheit, or vice versa. Also PSI instead of bar and whatnot. Yeah, also the if you want the consummation in liters per kilometer or liters per, or gallons per mile. Again, when you have a car imported from Canada or vice versa, you want to change that, right? Another thing is for the Japan specs models, when you put in the reverse gear, it will give an annoying gong. I can get rid of that gong, right? So you don't have this gong anymore when you put in the reverse gear. That affects only Japan specs cars. Those guys from us who has a car imported from Japan and Mercedes know what I mean. I can remove that. If you have the Airmatic and you want to switch to coilovers, I can also get rid of the Airmatic warning so that you don't get any more Airmatic warning and you can do coilovers if you say you don't want to spend that much money for the Airmatic. Another thing is the one-touch turn signal. So usually when you slightly press the turn signal, you get 3 flashes from factory. I can increase that number to 4 to 5 flashes. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 flashes. 5 flashes or 4 flashes. Factory setting is 3 flashes from factory. Another thing is manual air distribution modes. On the AC, usually you can only select the upper body or the lower body, right? The feet area. So the upper body or the feet area, but not both simultaneously. After the coding, you can select them both simultaneously, or you can select all the 3 areas, the windshield, the upper body, and the feet area at the same time. This one, like I said, via coding. So you get 7 air distribution modes instead of 5. Another thing is, if you have 2015 or 2016 models for the rest of the world, for North America, meaning Canada and United States, only 2016 model. And then you have NTG 5.1. That's with the flat buttons. This one, those buttons here, those are the like you say rounded buttons. But what I mean, the flat buttons. North America 2016, European 2015, 2016 models. Then you have NTG 5.1. It needs to be command. So United States or North American cars are always command if they have NTG 5.1. In Europe, you also have Audio 20. Audio 20 doesn't support CarPlay / Android Auto, but command does. So let's assume you have command, right? You have command. Then after firmware update, I can code you CarPlay / Android Auto. You don't need any extra hardware. So this car is a 2011 model and has obviously CarPlay via a CarPlay box, but it will look like this, exactly like this on your car, on your 2015 or 2016 model with NTG 5.1, with command NTG 5.1. You can control everything with this knob, right? So CarPlay and everything, and yeah, all your music apps, etc. Or Android Auto if you have Android Auto. So both will work with the wired. But if you want, you can also get an wireless transmitter for CarPlay / Android Auto that you just plug in the USB port where you usually plug in your Android or iPhone, and then you get wireless CarPlay. Yeah, well, I think that's it, basically. Maybe I forgot something, I hope not. So, yeah, hope the video was not too long. Yeah, we will see. Let me know if you have any questions, if anything is unclear. Let me know in the comments. And if you're interested, always please, the best way to approach to me is instead of writing the comments, because I don't always get the notifications or get so many notifications, then I oversee them. So best is write me a message, send me a private message. Don't be shy. Send me a private message with your model, with the year of your car, and I will guide you through everything. I will send you a voice message so you know it's me, the same guy in the video is the same guy that you hear in the voice messages, so that you know I'm legit. That's another thing, by the way. If you're unsure about my services, just type in my name in the group search. I'm known. I'm the admin of the group, owner of the group. But still, sometimes I get people asking, are you legit? Or asking other people, is this guy legit or not? Like I said, do a search, right? Search for my name, etc. You will find plenty of customer feedback, previous customers who give a shout out or write a review, right? So what I want to say is you're in good hands with me. And yeah, just contact me if you want to get your car coded. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching.